I respect your time, so let's get right into it. Ever since my first video, the most common questions I receive is how to balance between using stamina for profit versus using stamina for self-progression. To answer this question, you have to understand the tag system first. Let's look at the blue column. Alright, on every single tab I have a blue column here. It stands for profit per stamina in the range of the 20 to 25% tax. So for the people who don't care about the math, skip to the next timestamp. But for those who care, basically at 20% to 25% tax, a lot of items go into negative profit because the amount of money spent purchasing the materials from the exchange cannot compensate for the high tax rate. Furthermore, if the price of your final product is high, for example, smelting products are like 4,000, 3,000, 4,000 each, it generally pushes you closer to the next tax bracket faster. Hence, smelting has a lot of negative returns in the high tax bracket. So the way I calculated this is based on your weekly activity. Since the crystal quota is refreshed weekly, it makes sense for us to look at it from a weekly point of view. So every day you get 2,000 stamina from Odin's Blessing, 1,004 from the mission board, and 600 from AFK, which is what I'm doing right now. You can also get 120 from the weekly, the daily arm wrestling mini game. So which means you get 2,120 stamina per day for free. Multiplied by 7 is 14,840 stamina a week, which is what I used for calculation here. So smelting would be the best example here. If we look at, let's say for example, the INT stone, right? Let's say we look at the INT stone. You will see that you can still get a profit by buying all the materials from the exchange and selling the product if you do not go over the 500,000 crystals quota. At 10% tax, you are still making a profit. However, if you spend all your 14,840 stamina on smelting and you claim everything, all your crystals, you claim all the crystals at one shot, you ignore the tax bracket, you just go all in, you will actually lose money. You will actually lose 28 crystals per stamina. There are two reasons for this. Number one, the profit margin is lower than the eventual tax rate of 25%. Number two, the selling price of the smelter items are very high, 4,000 crystals. So you reach the 25% tax bracket very, very quickly. Since the weekly quota for crystals are at 500,000, 1 million, and basically infinite, you can think of it as the game limiting your crystal gain per week to 450,000 after tax. Right? You take 500,000 multiplied by 90%, you get 450,000. And you can also think of it as the game limiting your progression to 850,000 a week if you go to the 1 million tax bracket. Or you can think of it as no limits, infinite, right? So in conclusion, when someone asks me how to balance their stamina spending between profit and self-progression, I will provide these three options or three examples for them. If you are a short-term free-to-play player who has an emphasis on clearing PvE and PvP content, you don't aim to stay in this game for long, you just want to experience as much as you can, and after the game gets too pay to win, you leave. Alright, if you are this kind of player, you can use the purple column in all the tabs to find the most stamina efficient way to earn your 500,000 crystals and spend all your remaining stamina on gear progression. Option A, hit 500k crystals a week, spend all the rest of your stamina on gear progression. Option 2, if you are a long-term free-to-play player, you aim to save, have a lot of crystals, hoard some crystals just in case for new gear progression, new content that needs crystals. You are contented with your gear as long as it is enough to clear current content. You don't look to overgear yourself, you just want to keep pace. Now you can use the blue column in the spreadsheet and find the most stamina efficient way to earn your 1 million crystals, which is 850 crystals after tax. You can use the blue column in the spreadsheet to find the most stamina efficient way to earn your 1 million crystals and spend all your remaining stamina on gear progression. So once again, option 2, 850k crystals a week after tax, and all the remaining stamina spent on gear progression. So the third option here is if you want to just ego your crystal gains, you just want to show the rest of the world how much crystals you make, you just want to make as much crystals as you possibly can with your 14,840 stamina. You should also look at the blue column in the spreadsheet and decide for yourself which one is the most profitable one. So personally, I belong to the second group of player. I don't really care too much about my gear as long as I can clear current content. I have realistic expectations about mobile MMOs and I have zero desire to compete with the whales. All the PvP and MVPs can go to them, I don't really care. Once the game gets too pay to win, once I've exhausted all my means to catch up and I still fall behind, it's time to move on to the next game. So I hope this video brings a clear direction for you as how to spend your stamina efficiently, how to balance between profit and progression. If you appreciate the effort I took to make this spreadsheet and my insights somehow gave you value, subscribe and give a thumbs up as a form of encouragement. The spreadsheet will be linked in the description below. If you have any suggestions on how to improve the spreadsheet further, feel free to reach out to me. Shout out to Stormsheet and Patrick Ng, as well as Reddit user doggyboy111231 for giving constructive feedback about the spreadsheet and fishing calculations. I really appreciate it. If you like to play RX on an emulator on your PC, like me, I will leave a link for LD Player below as well. I have used Nox Memu BlueStacks 5 and LD Player has worked the best for me thus far. It allows me to save the batteries on my phone, allows me to just tap out and do other things. Now, if you like free rewards, use my invitational code below for a free mount and free Razer Go. Let me know if you have any questions and I will try my best to answer them. Enjoy Roxing. Remember, outplay, don't outpay. I will see you next time. Bye!